Well, you're back with the National Real Estate Cafe with Don Gatlin and look who's back, Mr. Gino Franti, back from Argentina. Yes, we've been telling you that, but it's good to have him back. And, rent versus own. This is fun stuff.
We talk about this all the time. In fact, if you want to see a personalized report for you, you can reach out to us. We have a perfect product to show you exactly what it means to you to rent versus own. We use Mortgage Coach Edge, a great product brought to you by our friend Dave Savage.
Yep.
It will analyze your particular situation, but let's talk about what's going on in the nation.
All right, back to the first slide here. Okay, if you go to past shows, we've been doing this for quite some time now, daily, our National Real Estate Cafe, it was up to 46% cheaper. Oh, no, that's net worth.
That's net worth. That's something else.
Yeah.
So, but buying is still 36% cheaper than renting. So
right.
Overall, that's the global national number,
right.
Don. And then what we did that's pretty cool is we got the breakdown state to state, too.
Yeah, so it makes a difference of where you live, obviously.
Sure.
I mean, if you look at Orange County, well, it's 5% cheaper to own versus renting, whereas in Houston, it's 46% cheaper to own versus renting and 36% nationally.
Yeah, well, that's because in Orange County, the reality is people buy homes because they want to have their own home and do things, and there's just not a big rental market.
Right.
So the areas where renting is actually much, 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 much more expensive is where there's big rental markets.
All right, so let's see how your state ranks. So this is a fun little chart. It kind of shows what areas it's cheaper or maybe not cheaper. Believe it or not, there's a couple of states that's actually cheaper to rent than it is to own, but that's only in 2 states. That's Utah and Montana.
That's Montana, so that goes in line with what I just said. How many rental homes do you think there are in Montana? Not very much compared to metropolitan Los Angeles or Utah. Well, you used to live there.
Yes.
It's a big metropolitan, lots of apartment buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah,
a little bit?
Yeah, but they kicked me out.
So you're not very favorable there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but the interesting piece that I saw, and if you watched our show a couple of days ago, you'll see that we showed a map of where there was significant appreciation compared to 2008. And if you overlay that to this map, you could see that in those same areas that had high appreciation, it's only a little cheaper to own, not a lot cheaper to own. And in those that are still lagging behind and still haven't appreciated back to 2008 levels, that's where you could still see some significant savings as a renter.
Yeah, I mean, look at Florida.
I'm sorry, as a buyer.
Look at Florida. I mean, that's one of those a lot cheaper to own because it has cut out. But what's amazing is Nevada and Arizona, which are one of those states that haven't completely rebounded, there's no difference really between renting versus owning.
Yeah, I mean, I still think those are 2 states that have a heavy, heavy rental market. Again,
a lot of supply too.
And you got to think about the turnover in Nevada. You know, people move there, they think it's cool, and then they get out because they say, oh, I can't raise my kids here. It's not a good place to live.
Or they gamble their money away.
Or they gamble all their money away. That's right. In Arizona, everybody thinks it's, oh my God, it's only $123,000 to get this big, crazy house, and then they just can't deal with the devil's breath.
Okay, we're going to close this out with a really important piece here. If you look at the bottom of this slide, one of the reasons that it's cheaper to buy versus renting is because rates are so incredibly low. We're near historic lows.
Actually, last week was 3.36, which is the lowest Freddie Mac national average in history. So,
which is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? For housing to be, basically for renting to be cheaper than housing, nationally anyways, it's a national number. Believe it or not, rates would have to rise to 10.6%.
Yeah, and
3 times higher?
3 times higher, and they just can't they can't raise the rent that much that quickly because I've seen it myself. We had big rent appreciation here in Los Angeles, and we hit the top of it. So, you know, landlords raise the rent, then all of a sudden they have a vacancy that they can't fill, and then they drop the rent a little bit, and we kind of found that market now. So everybody raised them real high.
Well, they caught up too. They caught up. You know, now that we had a lot of people looking for it, and they could afford higher rents and stuff. Jobs.
Well, jobs too. Everybody has jobs. Well, jobs also push people into buying. Yeah. So, you know, keep watching this. This is one of those where this is not a stale report. This is something we could look at every couple months and see how we're doing.
All right, you heard it right here in the National Real Estate Cafe. That buying is 36% cheaper than renting.
That's right.
Plus the pride of homeownership. There's nothing like it. We do loans every day. We've never handed the keys with our real estate professional, and the buyer went, I wish I didn't do that.
Nope.
They're always happy, and it's nothing like pride of homeownership. Plus, it's the best savings account you can ever develop.
Yeah, so if you want to experience the pride of homeownership, give us a call. We never give our phone number out.
That's right.
855-DON-GINO. Pretty simple.
DonandGino@gmail.com.
You see the theme here?
Yeah.
The Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We've got a bunch of stuff going on.
Pull up Don and Gino. There's a few items. We've been doing this for a long time. And we appreciate you checking us out. You can get these sent right to your phone by texting NREC to the number 58885.
Or the website, nrecafe.com.
Have a great day.